Hi and welcome. This is a 5S introduction. It will be a brief introduction to the application of 5S. 5S comes from the Japanese words, forgive my pronunciation, Sari, Saiton, Saisu, Saiketsu, and Shitsuki. These have been translated as sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. 5S is defined as a list that describes how to organize a workspace for efficiency and effectiveness by identifying and storing the items used, maintaining the area and items, and sustaining the new order. This decision-making process usually comes from a dialogue about standardization, which builds understanding amongst employees of how they should do the work. 5S meaning and method. There are 5 steps to 5S, and 5S was originally created in Japan, with the original S term being in Japanese, so the English translation might differ. Step 1. Sort. Japanese term is tidiness. Remove unnecessary items from each area would be the explanation. Step 2. Set in order, or orderliness. Organize and identify storage for efficient use. Step 3. Shine, or cleanliness. Clean and inspect each area. Step 4. Standardize, or standardization. Incorporate 5S into a standard operating procedure. And step 5. Sustain, or discipline. Assign responsibility, track progress, and continue the cycle. Understanding the Japanese term is not so important, but understanding the explanation of what each step does is very important. Here are some scenarios on how 5S actually makes you money. So I'll use an everyday example of food in the fridge. First, you'd sort the food, throwing away old food and keeping in the fresh food, thus freeing up space. Next, we set the food in order so that we don't overbuy. So we avoid buying 4 pints of milk when we only use 2, or putting the bread inside the fridge as it extends its due date. Next, we'd shine. We'd clean and throw away and take note of things that aren't clean. So we'd clean up any spillages, any dirt, any dust. Once we have it the way that we like it, we'd write a standard. I like to see this as a shopping list. Once you have your shopping list, you can sustain it. Sustaining is reviewing the shopping list and reviewing what's inside the fridge to make sure that the standards have been sustained. And anyone can see how this can save us money in the fridge. But have you ever thought of an engineer looking for a 50p bolt for 30 minutes? That costed your company over £5. In fact, you could have bought 100 bolts by the time you found the first one. And this is just the first S of the 5S cycle, called sort. The aim of this course is to make it a way of life and understand how it affects our time and money. Each S has its own way of saving or making money. An example would be, if you set your socks the 5S way, means that you don't have to buy new socks due to wearing odd pairs. Saving capabilities of 5S would almost be endless. We naturally do this as well, for when we sort our washing, we're not dyeing our white clothing with our darks or our colors. And when we're shining around the house, we're saving on maintenance when we notice the leak underneath the kitchen instead of paying £250 for the plumber to come out. And when we've written down the standard on how we like our house, we have more freedom inside the house. Sustaining this would also help us reap this reward of the 5S cycle in a continuous and improved way. I hope you enjoyed that little introduction, and I hope you stay tuned for the full course on 5S on how to make it a way of life instead of a strategy. Thank you very much.